Well, he's expected to arrive in England today to begin a medical with Arsenal. Very busy at Arsenal at the moment in terms of incomings right now. All being well, he's going to sign a 5-year contract at the club. Just 21 years of age, but 2 really good seasons at Valencia as a starting centre-back in La Liga. And Arsenal want to complete this deal, wrap it up in time, for him to be part of this pre-season tour. They fly out to Asia on Saturday. The deal, I think Arsenal will be really pleased they've been able to agree this deal. £13 million plus add-ons. I think those add-ons will be significant, but with just 1 year left in his contract, Valencia were holding out for around £25 million. They're not getting anywhere near that. Right. Arsenal will be able to use the leverage on the fact that he wasn't going to sign a new contract at Valencia. He would have left as a free agent next summer. So they've got a really good deal there. At the same time, I mentioned really busy at Arsenal. Noni Madueke had a medical yesterday. They're looking to wrap up that transfer. And of course, they're attempting to close in on having a full agreement in place, sign Victor Gyökeres from Sporting. So they've been really busy already in this transfer window. It looks like things get even more busy when it comes to confirmations this week.
In terms of Mosquera, where does he fit in at Arsenal, do you think?
It's going to be difficult. They've got a number of really, really good defenders, haven't they? I think initially he'll be a deputy for William Saliba and for Gabriel. He's got the ability to play on both the left side and the right side of a centre-back pairing. He's a right-footed centre-back, though, so he's likely to be more of an option to step in if William Saliba is injured. They've got a number of really, really good options there right now. Jakub Kiwior and Ricardo Calafiori, both left-footed options. I know Calafiori has played predominantly as a left-back for Arsenal, but you look at Ben White and Urian Timber as well. Those are 3 players that have spent a lot of time playing as a centre-back before joining Arsenal, mainly playing as full-backs right now. But I think Mosquera will come in at depth immediately, a good level of experience at the age of 21, 2 full seasons, as I mentioned, in La Liga. Clearly, Arsenal want real depth in every position of the pitch because over the course of the last 3 seasons, those injuries really have hampered Arsenal in every area of the pitch.
Yes.
They've not quite had that quality there. I think Jakub Kiwior did a really good job last season when stepping in for Gabriel, but now they have that option there. If Saliba is injured, they've got Takahiro Tomiyasu and Kieran Tierney, who departed in the summer. There may be more departures in this area of the pitch, I think, this summer as well, potentially, because at some point they're buying a lot of players. They wanted to sell some, but I think they'll be really well stocked now with Mosquera arriving.
And that's what they've always been accused of, isn't it, Arsenal, in terms of not having strength and depth. So this looks really positive for Arsenal fans.
That was the issue, that they came so close to winning the Premier League title 3 years ago, you remember, and they suffered so many areas, so many injuries in areas of the pitch. At centre-back, they just couldn't quite cope.
Yeah.
I think now they get into a situation where they, by the end of this summer, and Mikel Arteta said it's going to be a really busy summer, a really big summer. Every area of the pitch, when any single player gets injured, Bukayo Saka, if he gets injured, there'll be Noni Madueke now. If Kai Havertz gets injured, or if Victor Gyökeres gets injured, then Kai Havertz is there. So there will be options there for Arsenal as they try to just increase the probability. That's what Mikel Arteta says, increase the probability of success. And success means for Arsenal this season winning a major trophy.
But Arsenal have got over the line. It's been confirmed this morning. Christian Mosquera, the Valencia centre-back. Deal confirmed. Medical going to happen within the next few days. And that's around €15 million, so really not much. And you're impressed with this young centre-back, aren't you?
What a bargain. What a bargain. 15 million. Someone who is one of the best young defenders in European football at the moment. A really exciting signing for Arsenal fans to get excited about. And it's one of those ones where Mikel Arteta loves availability. Players that are reliable, can be in the squad all the time. Mosquera is that. He has played so many games over the last 2 seasons, starting 70 of their 76 La Liga games. That's more than any other player at the club. Now, in fact, Mosquera is the leading under-21 player across the top 5 European leagues for starts, games played and minutes played across the last 2 seasons. So he is a player that will be available to Mikel Arteta all season. The question is, he's not going to be able to dislodge Gabriel or Saliba. Is he another backup alongside Kiwior? And will he be willing to accept that? Having played so often at Valencia over the last 2 seasons, how can you keep him happy? Yet again, it's another example of these big clubs building squads that can battle on multiple fronts. Mosquera is one of the best backup defenders you can have in the Premier League. I'm really excited about this one, and I'm not even an Arsenal fan. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one to see. Now, there is another fact that will really excite Arsenal fans, in that he is the best 1v1 defender in La Liga against dribblers. So last season in La Liga, of players to face at least 50 opposition dribbles, he had the best true tackle percentage of any player. That was 76.7%. Now, true tackles, just to explain this, a few years ago, you might have seen this stat going around that, no one dribbles past Virgil van Dijk. No one's dribbled past him for a long time. Now, that wasn't actually factoring in many occasions where Virgil van Dijk was like, no, not today, I'm just going to foul you. So those players couldn't get past him because he fouled them. Now, we look at true tackles where we consider those as well. So you look at the times that players have dribbled past the defender and the times that actually they've stopped them with a foul. And true tackles is actually a fair tackle where they've won the ball, either putting out of play, but actually winning possession in that instance and stopping that opposition sequence. Mosquera is the best 1v1 defender, or he was the best last season in La Liga. So this is a player that is fantastic in those battles and duels. And Arsenal, this is going to be a great signing for you, I think.
That's really interesting. Yeah, and you say he will be a backup to Saliba and Gabriel. Obviously, we know that they've been excellent for Arsenal. Do you think there's a way that he can, well, I suppose give them the competition and potentially force a way into that side ahead of Gabriel or Saliba?
Yeah, I think last season, obviously, towards the end, we saw Gabriel have his injury problems, and Kivior did really well as a deputy. But who's to say that Saliba or Gabriel wouldn't spend time out injured this season? And that's also why they're signing a backup in Madueke for Saka, because he missed nearly half the season last year, and that really damaged their hopes of winning the Premier League titles. So you need a lot of strength in depth, and there's nothing to say that if one of those two were to get injured and Mosquera came in, performed really well, he couldn't dislodge one of them. I think the one doubt about Mosquera is maybe some of his passing qualities. He's still a very young player, so it's still quite hard to know that at the moment. But he ranked 11th last season in La Liga for total passes attempted. And, of course, it's not to be expected because he's a centre-back. We're not one of those created a chance for a teammate. And only 3.8% of those passes were deemed progressive, meaning that they advance up the pitch. Now, of the other top 20 players for passes attempted last season, only 3 had a lower proportion, more progressive on the pitch. So that's something that maybe he doesn't like to take risks with his passes, and something Arteta will have to bring out of him if he's to really kind of help advance play or build play from the back for Arsenal next season.
Arsenal are hoping to complete the signing of Christian Mosquera from Valencia this week in a deal that could take their summer spending past $200 million. Negotiations with Valencia over the 21-year-old defender have been taking place since an initial offer of $14 million including bonuses was rejected this month. It is understood an agreement has been struck for Arsenal to pay an initial $13 million plus up to $3.5 million in bonuses. Mikel Arteta's squad are due to fly to Singapore for the first leg of their Asian tour on Saturday, and there is a chance that Mosquera, who represented Spain at this summer's European Under-21 Championship but is also eligible to play for Colombia, could complete his move in time to join his new teammates. Mosquera was identified as Arsenal's main target to provide competition for William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes after establishing himself as a first choice for Valencia over the past 2 seasons. His deal means Arsenal have committed to spending potentially more than $200 million on players since March's appointment of the sporting director, Andrea Berta. They are also poised to announce the signing of Noni Madueke from Chelsea for up to $52 million and have agreed a deal with Sporting for Victor Gyökeres, with the total package for the Sweden striker potentially worth $64 million. Arsenal have confirmed the arrivals of Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad for about $55 million, Christian Nagard from Brentford for up to $12 million and Kepa Arrizabalaga from Chelsea for $5 million. They remain interested in Eberechi Eze of Crystal Palace but have yet to make an official approach for the England forward, who has a $67.5 million release clause. It is understood Arsenal are hoping to offload some fringe players as Arteta continues to shape his squad, with Leandro Trossard attracting interest from Bayern Munich and Fenerbahce. Jakub Kiwior, who deputised for the injured Gabriel at the end of last season but could find himself down the pecking order given Mosquera's arrival, Fio Vieira, Reece Nelson and Oleksandr Zinchenko are among others facing uncertain